Coming to you live from Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, it's the Sparrows and the Mexico City Aztecs in one of the quickest battles here and one of the best of Week 5 in the SFL. Mexico City and Sioux Falls set to do battle here in the Western Conference matchup. Mexico City comes in at 2-1. Sioux Falls is here at 3-1. And boy, do we have quite the contest for you. Andy Hamilton along with Shann Varner, both here for today's game. Shann, what are you looking for in today's keys?
Yeah, I think that the key to this game is going to be which defense is going to make the mistake first.
Both defenses come in red hot. The offenses for both teams struggling, but today should be a matchup for them to try and get back on track. Again, Andy Hamilton will be doing the play-by-play. That's me. Shann Varner is along with me on the color commentary, and Mickey was with us on stats. For him to do a good job, Mexico City will wear white with the red pants. Sioux Falls will kick off in their black uniforms, and we should have quite the contest for you today. Shann, Matt Wilson will get the ball first. The quarterback, Hall of Famer for the Mexico City Aztecs, has struggled this year.
That's 57 completions for 84 attempts, 573 yards, only 2 touchdowns with 5 interceptions. So Sioux Falls is going to be looking to get the ball back quickly with some interceptions here.
The kick is away, and we are underway here in Week 5. Mexico City on the return. Nice little return. Still on his feet. Jeffrey Daggs across the 50. Down to the Sioux Falls 43, and a great return kicks us off here in Week 5.
Wow, great return. I mean, he just went right up the middle, almost untouched, and made some quick little moves there and was able to get upfield quickly.
Nice return by Daggs. Sets up the Mexico City offense in a great position. There's a look at Matt Wilson, and they're going to need some great positioning here in order to get this offense going. The 18th best offense coming into today's game near the bottom of the field. Wilson will throw, and that's a quick completion across the field on first down, and they're going to go hurry up. Second down, the handoff goes to Bentley. He stood up and dropped in the backfield. No gain for him, and that'll bring up 2nd and 12 from the 33.
Yeah, not that much room there for Bentley to run up the middle. He only has 83 carries for 328 yards and only 1 touchdown so far this season.
That was an incomplete pass, a complete pass, but a loss of 3 there to Bentley out of the backfield. Mexico City's going the wrong way, and you got to wonder if they're in field goal range for Cole Varner. Wilson to throw, looking on the corner out, left side, incomplete. The coverage was there from Jay Ringgold, who bats it incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 13 from the 34. From here, it'll be about a 50-yarder, and it looks like they're going to attempt it.
Yeah, Cole Varner so far is 10 for 10, and with the sure foot of Varner, you know, at 50 yards, it's going to be a piece of cake for him.
Varner has really been the MVP of this offense so far this season. They'll send him out to attempt the field goal. 10 minutes to go in the first. A quick drive from Mexico City. The kick is away. It is up and through from 51 yards. Mexico City will take a 3-0 lead, and Cole Varner celebrates from his back.
Wow, just a great kick here from Varner. Sets it up nicely. You gotta wonder if the holder there gets nervous or anything when he holds the ball for Varner.
Yeah, you do wonder that. I think it might be something that has to do with Varner's who raised him, Shann. I think whoever raised him raised a quality young man, and he's able to get some clutch under pressure, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so. He's pretty relaxed.
Now Sioux Falls gets the ball for the first time, and their return will come out only to the 21. Good coverage from Mexico City on Riley Porter, and now we will see Julian Tyree take the field. Tyree has been doing pretty well this season. 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for the number 12 offense in the SFL coming into today's game.
But one more thing that Julian Tyree has is also 17 sacks, so Mexico's defense is going to have a time trying to get to him and make it 17, 18, 19.
3 sped out for Tyree. Tyree will dump off to the fullback out of the backfield. That is a nice run up by him. A 7-yard pickup by the fullback. That's number 33, Ashley Anderson. Long time back in the SFL.
Season 6 when I first started.
He's been here quite a while. He's able to pick up that 7-yard completion and get the Sioux Falls Sparrows into second short, a playmaker's dream. Tyree will spread 2 receivers out. Colin Hart, the lone man in the backfield, will get to Hart in a minute, and they'll get to him right now. Handoff left side. Hart breaks through one, still on his feet, fighting through tackles, and Colin Hart picks up to the 36. What a year he's been having, Shann. 3rd in the SFL in yards coming into today's contest.
8 carries, counting that one there is 59 for 571 yards and 6 touchdowns. This has been the guy that Sioux Falls has been putting, all the whole team has been on his back, and he's been trying to get these touchdowns for this team because Julian Tyree is just not getting it to the receivers like he should.
Tyree will check down there. That's incomplete off the hands of A.J. Warren. Yeah, you talked about Hart's carrying the load for Sioux Falls. He has those 6 touchdowns on the ground, but he also has 2 through the air, Shann, for a total of 8 touchdowns through 4 games for the Sparrows, and he deserves a well-deserved bye week, which is coming up for Sioux Falls.
Yeah, and, Jason McGee, he does a really good job with Hart. Kind of uses him like Ashley Anderson from back in the day, uses him as a dual receiver.
Tyree will spread him out here on 2nd and 10. 4 down linemen for Mexico City. And Tyree will look to throw. Rockets one across the middle. Caught. Nice grab by Sean Harrelson to the 50-yard line. The former Carolina Skyhawk. Shann, you were part of the reason he joined the league. And now he's doing big things in Sioux Falls.
Absolutely. This year so far, he has 19 receptions, 217 yards, but no touchdowns. Julian Tyree has to get the ball to these receivers in the red zone.
Down by 3, the Sparrows will head to the line again here. A new set of downs. They'll give to Hart up the middle. Some good blocking, but Mexico City does a little bit better on the defensive end. Jeffrey Daggs with the bring down. They'll only give him a gain of 1.
Jeffrey Daggs, he's having a great year this year so far with 18 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 bat down, but more importantly,
the Daggs family coming over to Mexico City, conjoining in the offseason, one of those SFL family affairs that we have going on, and so far at 2-1, it's paying off for them. The interesting thing about both teams is the last time they lost, both of the teams were to Alaska, Mexico City in Week 1 and Sioux Falls in Week 3. That Colin Hart run will go for another 6 yards off the right-hand side of the 43, and now it'll be 3rd and short.
I have to say, what do you expect to see out of this contest today?
Well, I think it'll be a tough matchup, and whichever defense can get more stops, that'll be the team that wins. So far, Sioux Falls gets the stop on the opening drive. Mexico City here on 3rd down will try and get a stop. Handoff Colin Hart, right side. Hart stood up and dropped. A nice open field tackle by Pablo Zamora will shut down the Sioux Falls Sparrows drive.
Has 13 tackles coming into this contest and 4 bat downs, so he's a key player on this defense.
Daggs will go back to return it. Sioux Falls will have to punt from the Mexico City 42, so an opening drive stop by Mexico City after putting 3 points on the board with their offense, and the Aztecs get the ball back. A nice opening look at this defense, which has been strong all year. This one will bounce into the end zone, and let's go ahead and introduce you to the Mexico City offense, who had the one successful drive. Matt Wilson is the Hall of Fame quarterback, number 12, looking at you right there. In the backfield, he has the Orb Dad, Ray Bentley, number 27. On the outsides, K.L. Barrett and Richard Montague. After Dejon Swan left in the offseason, they added Mike Daggs, the tight end, number 83, and possibly the MVP of this offense this season, number 15, Cole Varner, the kicker, who added the 3 points earlier. On 1st down, Wilson will run for it, scrambling, and Shann, we know he has wheels. He's able to pick up 5 there.
Yeah, he does, and he's actually kind of fast with those wheels, too.
Yeah, he almost ran me over at the convention with the wheels that he has, and he's able to pick up 5 yards there to the 25. There's a look at K.L. Barrett, who has the 1 reception for 12 yards on the day. We're looking at Matt Wilson's numbers now. 2 of 3 for 11 yards, and that little scamper there that's able to pick up 5. He will spread 2 receivers out. Bentley alone in the backfield with the fullback. They'll give to Bentley off the right side, evades the tackle. Oh, and gets walloped at the 31. What a hit coming from number 42, A.J. Levy. There's some bad blood between these two teams.
Yeah, A.J. Levy's no slacker. He has 20 tackles, 6 assists, 4 bat downs, and not to mention 4 interceptions. Again, what we were talking about earlier, Andy, before the game started was which one of these teams, which one of these defenses is going to make the mistake.
Well, and the defense that made the mistake in the last time these two teams met was Sioux Falls. It was a 55-13 wallop Mexico City over the Sparrows the last time these teams met. And A.J. Levy and Jason Williams will not soon forget that loss, as that play on first down is incomplete. J.J. McGee, the deflection.
Okay, and Jason, neither one of these guys, they don't forget games. They're a top-ranked team. So is Mexico City, and it just comes down to the playmakers on the field.
2nd and 10, split back formation, twins to the top of the screen. They'll give to Bentley up the middle. Bentley in some traffic, and down he goes. No gain for the Aztecs. That'll bring up a tough 3rd down.
One interesting thing I wanted to bring up for Matt Wilson is he has 14,779 yards passing in his career, 110 touchdowns. So he's a quality quarterback. We're just not seeing it that much, at the beginning of this year.
Oh, what a diving a catch there. K.L. Barrett made the play, and unbelievably, he was double or triple covered there, and he's able to get his hands in front of the receiver or the defender and bring down that catch.
Just a great play, just a great route ran right there. Just went up and kind of just snuck behind the linebackers there and was able to make that catch.
What a clutch play by Barrett to move the drive forward to the 41. Now they'll spread 3 out. Wilson immediately under pressure will dump off to Bentley off the right side. He is stood up and dropped after a pickup of 4. J.J. McGee has been all over the field today.
That was a great play by Matt Wilson. He saw the pressure coming, got the ball out quickly to a high-powered running back like Ray Bentley, and it was able to move the chains just a little bit there.
Well, and Shann, when you have a former MVP in the backfield and a Hall of Famer at quarterback, you would expect the offense to be powerful, but this Mexico City offense has struggled this year, number 18 in the league, only averaging 17 points per game. The Sioux Falls defense, on the other hand, is number 6 in the SFL coming into today's game, averaging 18.5 points per game. Let's introduce you to them quickly. A.J. Levy and Christopher Dodd are the safeties who really run the defense. On the outsides, they have 2 newbies, Jay Ringgold and Andrew Nyberg. And then at the linebacker spots, Alex Parker and Nick Fargo round out the front 7. There's J.J. McGee again in the backfield, making a play on Bentley there, which will stop the drive. It'll bring up 4th and 8.
It looks like there's going to be a punt here. I don't think Cole can make it from this far away. But, yeah, bringing up the defense, Nick Fargo started at Carolina as well. And this year he's doing great with 31 tackles, 8 assists, and 6 tackles for loss. So he's a key factor to that defense as well as A.J. Levy and Christopher Dodd.
Punt is away. Sioux Falls will get the ball back here with 3:34 left to go in the first. The return will come out to the 23. Riley Porter on the return.
I guess I can't say it enough, but both defenses are playing great. Kind of looking at special teams, we had a great run back a while ago from Mexico City. We had a great kick from Varner. So special teams and whichever offense gets going early.
4 receivers split out. 3 at the top of the formation for Tyree. Colin Hart, the lone man in the backfield. Tyree to throw, will dump out to Hart off the right side. Hart fights through 1 tackle and picks up 8. Nice pass on first down. Let's introduce you to the Sioux Falls offense. There was Colin Hart, the rookie halfback. Julian Tyree, the veteran, threw him the ball. On the outsides, they have A.J. Warren, Sean Harrelson, and Riley Porter. And at tight end, Craig Hearn, another draft pick there for Sioux Falls, who were very active in this year's SFL rookie draft. Hart stop behind the line there will let the clock roll with 3rd and 2, under 3 minutes to play. Four rookies on this Sioux Falls Sparrows team coming from that SFL draft, and they will try to make that work. Here's the handoff to Hart. He extends and picks up the first down. Good extension there, but Jack Brown was there immediately.
Yeah, I thought it was a great play out to the outside. They were in a single back ace formation, and they just ran the ball to the outside and had the guard go help block.
Well, it'll be Mexico City who will challenge. Ramos Lynn wants to take another look at this extension from Colin Hart, maybe check the knee, see where he was down. It looked to me like he got it. Here's the tackle from Brown. That looks over the line to me. Shann, what do you think?
I think they just wasted a timeout here.
That's a good look at it there. It's close. I'll give him that. But might have been one of the things you wanted to send up to the booth and see what they thought before you threw the hanky. Let's see what the ref says, though. And Ramos Lynn will get the overturn. That is an interesting call from Ref 62. Press F to pay your respects in the chat for Sioux Falls. Bring up 4th and inches. I'd be interested to see what Sioux Falls does here.
Another element to Mexico City that they have, great eyes by their coach Ramos Lynn there.
Sometimes it's all about knowing your referee rather than knowing the play on the field. The punt is away from Sioux Falls. A fair catch will be made by Daggs at the 32, and that is where the Mexico City offense will re-enter the field. So far, mixed success on offense. Sounds like someone had me on in the background. Shann, I think that was you, buddy.
Keep every element of the game alive.
There you go. Strong eye formation for Matt Wilson and the offense. Sioux Falls showing blitz, will back out of it. Wilson in the pocket, fires down the right side, caught! Nice grab there by Richard Montague, the most handsome man on the outside east of the 42.
Well, he might be the most handsomest man, but he did a rookie mistake here and stepped out of bounds. He could have got some extra yards on this play. Great route to the outside post, and right there stepped out of bounds just a little bit, just 1 foot, and that cost you those extra yards.
Well, if Jason McGee wants to feel ballsy, he might throw the challenge flag on that, the 1 foot in bounds. You never know what's a catch and what's out of bounds in the SFL, so that might be worth a challenge. It looks like Jason will keep it in his pocket, though. Hand off Bentley, and he has stood up and dropped J.J. McGee along with Alex Parker in the backfield to make that play. That'll only give him a gain of 1.
Yeah, Sioux Falls is doing a great job by stopping Bentley. They know they don't want that big man to get loose.
There's a look at Matt Wilson, the star quarterback for Mexico City. Again, struggling this season. I don't know how many times we can mention it. But he is completing 70% of his passes, including some crazy ones off his back foot. Will throw here right across the middle. Nice open play to the middle of the field. K.L. Barrett, that's the second time we've seen him go up the seam and make the grab.
And it almost did the same play there, Andy.
Yeah, it was pretty close. I guess if it's working, don't change it. 3 catches, 33 yards for Barrett. Picks up about 11 on every catch he's making, just like he did there. 3 receivers split at for Wilson. 4-3 look out of the Sparrows. Wilson to throw. Stands in the pocket, delivers to Bentley on the left-hand side, and he will pick up 7. Solid play from him.
I like the way the Mexico City Aztecs, I like the way they got the defense into a 4-3 there, and they tossed it out to the outside, and he was able to get a huge chunk of yards there.
Wilson 7 for 9 for 71 yards today, keeping the clean slate, no picks yet, trying not to give him the commentator's curse here. 4-3 look out of Sioux Falls, plenty of room on the outside for a quick outs play if Mexico City has it in the book. Here will be the handoff to Bentley. Bentley redirects to the middle of the field and picks up the first down. He's finally tracked down by Nick Fargo, one of the leading defenders for Sioux Falls, as Bentley carries over 19 yards.
Here, Andy, this is where, Mexico City, they don't try to push too much because I think they know they have Cole Varner and they put them in perfect field goal position. So they don't try to force anything here. So let's see what they do in this position.
Wilson firing corner pocket. It is nearly picked off. It's going to fall incomplete, but Andrew Nyberg was all over that one.
They don't do anything dangerous.
Wilson trying to force one, nearly threw away his 6th pick of the season. Cole Varner, that last kick from 51 yards was his season high. That's a nice stat there coming from Mickey and our stats team. If you're looking to get involved with the league, the stats team is a quick way to get involved. It's really easy. Don't have to talk to anyone. Just show up on game day and keep track of who's doing what. Wilson will take the 5-step drop. Good protection in the pocket. We'll check it down to Barrett there. Barrett fights for the first down. They don't give it to him. He was close.
You got third down in the inches, and the way Sioux Falls has been bottling up Bentley here, it's going to be hard for him to get those extra yards, but let's see if he can.
Well, the defense chant is going. Oh, I guess he got out of, or didn't get out of bounds, so they will run the clock. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Mexico City up 3-0 over Sioux Falls. A quick first quarter here in South Dakota. We'll be right back. So we'll flip ends of the field, and Mexico City will still look to pick up this first down. Sioux Falls trying to hold them to 3 and keep this game at 1 possession. Handoff Bentley right side, stood up in the backfield and dropped. Nice open field play there by the Sioux Falls defense. It's number 96, Marcellus Morton, the defensive end, who gets in the backfield and drops him.
From some stats around the league here, Baltimore's up 7-0 on the Gladiators, and it's still a tie ball game, 0-0 from Carolina and Indianapolis.
It's a nice score stream update there. If you want any live scoring updates, you can head on over to Score Stream in the App Store and iOS and Android and pick up the app. That 26-yarder is good from Cole Varner. We'll take a break and be right back on the SFL Network, brought to you by APM Music.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action, here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
So 10:21 left to go here in the second quarter. Still early in this game, but Sioux Falls find themselves down in a 6-0 hole, and they will head back out to the field and start their drive from the 25. Two receivers spread to the bottom of the screen. Sorry, Shann. 1 second. Hart will get walloped in the backfield. Nice open field play there by the defense. Number 42, Jack Brown, gets in the backfield and makes the play. What were you going to say, Shann?
I was going to say, Tyree has got to get these receivers more involved. He's doing a great job with Hart. He's passing the ball out to the outside, letting him get those receptions. He's running the ball great with him. But to move the ball down the field, you're going to have to get these guys open, like Sean Harrelson, big playmaker. Riley Porter got 18 receptions, 197 yards for 1 touchdown. You've got to get it in those guys' hands.
Another vicious hit, that one from Fran Ogawa. Mexico City bringing the lumber here to this contest, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Sparrows, who threaten to go 3 and out. They're going to spread 4 receivers out. Tyree will send Hart off the field and be the lone man behind the offensive line. Looking to throw. He will dump it off. That one is caught near the first down marker. They're not going to give it to Riley Porter, who makes the grab to the 35. That'll bring up 4th and inches.
I think his knee was down. That was it was clearly obvious that his knee was down before the pylon. Going to have to get it out, get it to the receivers, and it's 3rd down situations.
Moholt will come on the field to boot this one away from the 35. Mexico City, the defense gets the stop, which is something that we talked about early. Whichever defense shows up more often is the team that will most likely get the win today.
And, that's just going off stats that we had accumulated, Andy, coming into this game. So, so far, it's paying dividends.
Matt Wilson leads his team back onto the field, 5 of 7, throwing for 71% completion. He's averaging 14.2 yards per throw, with 103.8 is his rating so far. He'll change the play at the line, a 4-3 look out of Sioux Falls. Wilson, 5-step drop, throws the out route. That one is hauled in. Nice 5-yard pickup right in front of Ramos Lynn. It's Richard Montague who's having quite the day.
And Mexico City is doing a great job at mixing it up a little bit. They are running the ball with Bentley, but they also are getting the ball out to these top end receivers.
Yeah, 4 catches for K.L. Barrett, 2 for Richard Montague. Both have over 35 yards. Nice day for both of them. Again, shout out to Mickey on the stats. We haven't heard anything from Mike Daggs, the tight end, who is the leading receiver for this team coming into today's game. Instead, they'll give to Bentley here on 2nd and 5, and he'll make it 3rd and 5. Nice open field tackle by Christopher Dodd. It looks like the Sparrows are ready for the run game.
Yeah, I think the Sparrows, they looked at what Mexico City likes to do. They like to run the ball with Ray Bentley. They don't get out to the receivers that much. On the flip side of that, they're looking at Mexico City's defense, and they're saying, okay, they only got one linebacker with Jack Brown. Let's run the ball, get to the outside, and see what
Nice grab there by Mike Daggs across the first down marker. He did a little dance and moved back behind the line. They'll give him forward progression. I'm not exactly sure of the forward progress rules here in the SFL, but it looked to me like maybe he was face backwards, but a break for Mexico City, and they will move to the 39 with a new set of downs. So Daggs gets his first catch for 7 yards today. Wilson will hand to Bentley up the middle, and Bentley is walloped. No one was blocking well enough there. Christopher Dodd in the backfield along with a host of Sparrows.
Again, both these defenses are a great defensive mindset from both owners.
We got 30 people watching here in the SFL in this game alone. 2 other games going on. Wilson, a 9-step drop, will look to the far side. That is caught. K.L. Barrett right in front of Andrew Nyberg makes a great play on the ball and moved the chains. Looked like a little bit of a deep outs there, and he was able to get in front of the defender to make the play. And with 6:45 and ticking left to go here in the second quarter, Mexico City is moving the ball pretty well here. 4-3 look out of the Sparrows. Plenty of space for the 2 receivers. And they will give to Bentley. Bentley redirects to the right side. Bentley still on his feet. Was not contacted till he had picked up 8, and he goes down on the first hit. Christopher Dodd makes the tackle.
You can bend but not break, and I think that's what Sioux Falls is doing. They're bending a little bit, and if they're not careful, they'll let Bentley get out to the outside. He might be going to the house.
3 receivers split out here for Wilson. Hands to Bentley. Bentley, working through traffic, picks up the first down to the 39.
Just working on that one side there.
Well, Shann, this is what you like to call a grinder of a game, and you and I have been through plenty of these ones. There's not a bunch of flashy plays, but there are 1 or 2 that will make this game.
Absolutely.
Daggs is on the bottom of the line here. 2 receivers spread out. They give to Bentley. Bentley again working through traffic. Very nifty in the middle of those defenders. Picks up 5. He's averaging 2.1 per carry for a total of 30 yards today.
And that's why he got the MVP there. He's very patient in the pocket. He comes up through the middle, just waits for his blocks to develop, and gets huge chunks of yards when he does that.
Same formation, split backs, with Wilson at the line calling the shots. He will drop to throw across the middle in some traffic. Still in the air, and it's incomplete. That was dangerous.
I don't know if it was going to Daggs or Barrett, but one of those guys should have had it there.
Well, and that's one of those plays where you get the old pad in the backyard. You throw the ball, you push it up with the pad, and then let the players practice catching it off the bobble. That was one of my favorite drills.
Volleyball nets.
2 receivers, bottom of the screen. Sioux Falls looks like they're pressed up in some man coverage. Wilson under pressure, he gets sacked. Nice pressure coming from the Sioux Falls front, and they get to him quickly, and that'll bring up 4th down. It was number 98, Lennox Sanders, the defensive tackle, who got in there quickly and made the play. Surprised to see Mexico City aiming to punt here. Looks like they'll trust their defense and try and give Cole Varner a little bit of a break. Punt will bounce at the 10, bounce at the 4. Oh, they'll keep it out. Nice play by the Mexico City special teams. And Sioux Falls will start up, backed up against their own end zone.
3 special team plays that has gotten them in either good field position or took away with points. You know, I mean, Mexico City's doing everything they need to do at this point.
That was Dan Ramirez making the play on special teams. We'll give him a shout-out because we got plenty of shout-outs to spare. We're also going to be watching the chat, and we'll give our chatter of the game a special shout-out at the end, so make your jokes, and we'll see what we can take from that. Tyree will start under center, handoff to Colin Hart. He is stood up and dropped at the line. Nice defensive coverage there from Jeffrey Daggs coming up from the free safety spot. That'll make it 2nd and 10. He'll lose a yard to the 3.
Earlier, I think that Sioux Falls is looking at Mexico City's defense as they only have 1 linebacker. They have 2 free safeties. And they're probably thinking, if I could run the ball to the outside and get away from Jack Brown, then I could get some huge yardage off of that. So.
And off Hart, and he is dropped again. He will get positive yardage this time, picking up 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. It's a beautiful day here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sunny, 87 degrees with the wind only going 13 miles per hour south. And that'll set the scene for this important 3rd down play. Sioux Falls still blanked on the scoreboard, down by 6. Tyree checks it down to Hart off the right side, and it would take a Minneapolis miracle for him to find that 1st down yardage. And that'll bring up 4th and 5. A nice tackle from Fran Ogawa. Daggs, the return man, will head out, and Sioux Falls will try and limit the damage here and push Mexico City as far away as they can. Moholt with the boot with 3:08 left to go before the break. Oh, Daggs, a nice opening move, makes the first man miss, but he's unable to get much further than that to the 39, and Mexico City's offense will re-enter the field of play. So far, Matt Wilson has been keeping them clean.
You know, Matt Wilson's keeping the guys clean. He's running the ball a lot with Ray Bentley to keep the defense honest. They're right here, in great field position. Just a couple of plays, and you're right there in field goal position.
Split backs, Daggs in the slot there. Sioux Falls, 4 down linemen. They'll give to Bentley. He will pick up only 2, and now Mexico City will go hurry up.
This could be dangerous for Sioux Falls.
Wilson, 5-step drop, pressure coming. He checks off to Bentley, and he will lose yardage. Open field tackle. Alex Parker was all over him. Time is just a ticking away here. Wilson to throw again. Stands in the pocket, delivers. Oh my gosh, what a catch. Nice grab there. Montague in traffic, but he is short of the line to gain by a few hairs.
Two-hand grab there. Montague just did a great route, just right there behind the linebackers, and was able to put 2 hands on it and catch that ball and take it to the ground.
Well, it sounds like Mexico City's offense will remain on the field, and they will. Interesting spot here from the 29, well in field goal range. Maybe see if they can get them to jump off sides before the 2-minute warning here, down to 5 seconds until. Sioux Falls defense has been known to jump off sides with Alex Parker, but they do hold, and the 2-minute warning will hit. We'll be back after these short musical tones. 6-0, Mexico City on top of Sioux Falls. Well, Cole Varner back on to attempt this one. He is hit from 51 and 26 today. He will try and add to that one. The kick is away. A unique kicking style from Varner is up and through from 45, and Mexico City extends the lead 9-0, a 2-possession game. We'll be back after this break from the SFL, brought to you by APM Music.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library, and custom music house.
Well, there's a minute and 52 left before the halftime break. Shann Tyree on the season has thrown 59.5% and for 914 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Do you air it out here?
Absolutely do. You've got to get back in this game. You're down 9 points. Well, a great run right here by Colin Hart. Beautiful, just untouched.
And when you're running like that, you might not need to throw the ball. A nice carry to the 41-yard line. Still plenty of time, and Sioux Falls seems content with letting that clock roll a little bit.
But absolutely, he's on the sideline now, but taking a little breather. But absolutely, I would get this ball down the field. You got 3 great weapons with Sean Harrelson, A.J. Warren, and Riley Porter. Get that ball in those guys' hands quickly.
Well, and still all 3 timeouts. Tyree looking, fires across the middle, batted away, was able to get a hand to it. Solid defensive effort from Jack Brown, who was batted back in coverage. Able to bat that one down. Will bring up 2nd and 10. When we talk about the strategy a little bit, even if it wasn't to get down the field, that first run maybe changed that strategy a little bit. When you're backed up at your own 20, you might not look at throwing the ball, but once you're up to your 41, you might as well give a few chucks down the field.
Right. And you don't have anybody on the defensive line. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that Hart broke the first tackle, but Jack Brown's able to bring him down at the line. A minute and 8 left to go, and Sioux Falls will take a timeout.
Andy, do you think you just do what you've been doing, keep running the ball, and try to run this minute out and just go into halftime with for the third quarter?
They took the timeout, which kind of confuses me because this would lead me to believe that they're going to throw. Otherwise, they would have let that clock run. Mexico City didn't look like they were taking the timeout. So Tyree will 3-step drop, check down there to Hart out of the backfield, and he will not get the first down. Drop 3 yards short, and Ramos Lynn looks comfortable letting the time roll off of this clock, up by 9.
I'm not sure what's going on here, Andy. If it was me, I would be throwing, behind that one linebacker instead of trying to run on him. I would try some post routes to the outside. I'm just not sure what Sioux Falls' strategy is here.
Down to 30 seconds. Sioux Falls will punt away to Mexico City, who most likely will give Bentley a few carries and head to the break. So not necessarily the first half that we expected out of these two teams. 9-0, a good defensive battle going on, but still only a 2-possession game. Sioux Falls down at the break will go into the half, barring anything absolutely bonkers, down by 9.
Jeffrey Daggs there, he was kind of cute because, he made a little sidestep even though he was going to get hit and taken down. But he made a little juke move like he was going to do something special and was easily taken down. But nonetheless, great little moves there.
Well, I don't know if I'd ever call a Daggs family member cute, but sure, whatever you say, Shann.
All of them can be, great like you, Andy.
Handoff Bentley up the middle, has a little bit of room. He picks up 7. Pad those stats a little bit. Bentley up to a little over 30 yards there, now up by 35 or 7 to end the half. And Mexico City leads Sioux Falls 9-0 here at Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Andy Hamilton, Shann Varner, along with Mickey on stats. We'll be back after the halftime break. back in Liberty Park here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's the Sparrows and the Aztecs. If you missed it, a low-scoring first half. Mexico City put 3 field goals through to make it 9-0 on the leg of Cole Varner, who will tee it up and kick off to Sioux Falls, who will look to get back into this game after the break. Andy Hamilton here with you on camera, as well as Shann Varner, who is doing my color commentary. Mickey is on stats for us, and it's shaking up to be a good second half.
You know, not to mention, Andy, he has 3 field goals so far, but he's also kicking the ball at least. And so it's going to be hard for Sioux Falls to come out of that deficit when your kicker can kick it so far back to the end zone.
So 9-0 Mexico City on top of Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls will start the drive at the 19. Let's look at Julian Tyree's numbers from the first half. 5 of 6, 42 yards. Kept it clean, no touchdowns, no picks. His favorite target was Sean Harrelson with the 1 catch for 14 yards. They'll give to Colin Hart off the left-hand side. Hart finds a little bit of room and picks up 9.
Wow.
14th carry for Colin Hart, over 40 yards now. Looking like the back we thought he was coming into the game. He is 3rd in the SFL in yards. Hasn't really impressed us that much yardage-wise today, but has been a solid runner. Two receivers, bottom of the screen for Tyree. No one up at the top. They will give to Hart on the stretch play. Hart picks up the first down with ease, and King Wallace rides him to the ground at the 30.
Yeah, just a great, powerful run play there. That's to do to pick up that first down.
And Ramos Lynn in the chat, making a play for chatter of the game, gives us the great stat line. In the last 5 quarters of Mexico City play, Cole Varner is 24 with opponents 0 points. Let's see if that'll continue. Colin Hart gets smacked at the 30-yard line, only picks up 1. Nice hit there coming from Pablo Zamora, coming up from the strong safety position.
Wow. That was, a great play by Pablo Zamora, who has 13 tackles and only 4 bat downs.
Three receivers split out here, 2nd and 9. Don't need to get all 9 on this play, but it would be nice to pick up 5 or 6. Tyree will change the play. A little bit of pressure coming. Hit as he threw, and it's incomplete.
Is definitely coming after him for sure.
When in talking to Matt Wilson at the SFL convention, he said all quarterbacks kind of have a time clock going in their head. You know, you only have about 3 or 4 seconds before you throw the ball, and we've seen Matt Wilson hold the ball a little bit longer than that, so apparently he doesn't like clocks very much, but Tyree might have waited a little bit too long on that play. Here on 3rd and 9, he will check down. That is caught, extending. It looked like he got the first down. They're going to mark him short. It was a nice effort from Turgeon James. Tulane James. 6 foot, 200 pounds. Looked like he got the first down to me. Tyree had a nice throw, and Jason McGee looks comfortable just punting this one away.
It looked like he got the first down to me as well.
Moholt will punt it away. Sioux Falls content with letting that drive stall out. Dags will only get to the 28, and that is where Mexico City's offense will re-enter the field, and oh no, Dan Ramirez is down. We never like to see that in the SFL. There's a look at Ramos Lynn, and Shann, he needs some milk.
Well, I guess so. He's not getting back up. He's dead out there.
Oh, it looks like he got stepped on there at the end of that play. Never what you like to see, a player writhing around in pain. The SFL medical staff will attend to him, and he will be back next week, if not on the field sooner than that. So 1st and 10 from the 28. Wilson will lead his offense back out onto the field. 2 running backs in the backfield. 4-3 look. Sioux Falls showing blitz. Handoff to Bentley. Bentley finds a little room up the middle, picks up 7. A.J. Levy on the tackle.
And that right there is the damage that an MVP like Ray Bentley can give you. He can give you all aspects of the game. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. He's very patient when he runs. Just a plethora of talent from him.
Another split, or looks like either a far or a near formation they'll give to Bentley, and Bentley has stood up and dropped in the backfield. Sioux Falls read that the entire way. It was a nice play in the open field by Tyrone McGee, the outside linebacker, who's been all over the field today.
Yeah, I think it was a far because the on the bottom there.
Wilson hands to Bentley on 3rd and 4. He's not going to get there. Open field tackle and a solid one by Nick Fargo. Wraps up the MVP, brings him down shy, and Mexico City will have to boot this one away.
I know we keep bringing it up, but I mean, both defenses are playing great in this game. You know, it's only a 1-score, or actually a 2-score game here. So, I mean, both defenses are playing great.
And with the way that the defenses are playing, it feels a little bit more urgent for Sioux Falls than it really is. I mean, we're talking about a touchdown and a field goal, but it really feels a lot more urgent for the Sparrows because of the way that the defenses are playing. Wouldn't you say, Shann?
I would, and I'm not sure exactly what Sioux Falls is waiting for. They're given a heavy dose of the run here, so maybe they think that Tart can one loose. I'm not sure what their game plan is coming into this game. I can only assume that they're planning on running it away from the one linebacker that Mexico City has.
Well, Sioux Falls boasts the 12th best offense in the league, 23 points per game coming into today's contest. No points so far. Handoff Hart, and he is going the wrong way. Brought down after a 4-yard loss. Jeffrey Daggs from free safety is all the way in the backfield.
Daggs is a monster. I mean, he returns kicks. He makes great plays. He hits people in the backfield. I mean, he can pretty much do it all. This whole defense for Mexico City is just dangerous.
And it looks
they
like
didn't win the Season 9 championship for nothing.
I mean, look how far up he is, Shann. His feet are on the 30-yard line in the box. Tyree to throw. Will check it across the middle. One-handed grab. Nice haul in there. I believe that's Craig Hearn, the tight end, who picks up 9. Or excuse me, he picks up 15 with the yardage lost there by Hart. Man, talk about...
nothing.
Sorry, go ahead,
Shann.
Shann.
I mean, it was nothing too fancy here. I mean, it was just a quick route, but by that for the tight end, he was able to get the ball out.
And talk about putting the ball on
down.
Talk about putting the ball on a string. Tyree with a very pretty throw. Hart stays behind his block, and it doesn't pay off. Open field tackle. He's going to lose more yardage, and Mexico City gets another stop.
That was just unfortunate there. He was following the block, but just couldn't get out from around it. I'm not sure what happened there. Just some kind of miscommunication or whatnot.
Interesting choice to run on 3rd and 4. Doesn't help the Sparrows. They'll have to kick it away again. Mexico City's defense has been stout on the run. Daggs with the return will cross the 30 and get no more than that. Sioux Falls has been solid after that. Opening return looked a little dangerous, but nothing further than that. Some SFL score updates in the chat brought to you by ScoreStream. You can download that app on Android or iOS. Carolina up 10-7 over Indianapolis in the 3rd quarter. Close one there. And Baltimore and St. Louis tied at 7 in the 3rd quarter. So everything is pretty close today, Shann.
It is, actually.
Wilson checks over to Bentley out of the backfield. Bentley sees nothing but green grass in front of him, picks up 6. They say the grass is always greener when it's in front of you, Shann.
It looks like we have an update from Dan Ramirez. Sprained elbow.
He'll be back on the field next week. Rub some cream on that. You know, Shann, the special cream. I'm pretty sure the SFL medical staff has whatever Michael Jordan had in that water bottle in what's it called, Space Jam.
There you go.
Handoff Bentley. He'll pick up a few more, making it 3rd and very short, and he gets some help from his offensive lineman picking him up.
You know, Bentley's not doing too much, too many great runs, but what he's doing is he's keeping that defense honest. He's running the ball up the middle. He's running to the outside a little bit, but mainly running the ball up the middle. So those linebackers has to come down and make sure they protect that, and that's where you open up those KL Barrett passes over the middle. And
to Bentley, shut down. Sioux Falls defense holds. That was a close one, Shann. It looked like he was trying to extend for the line but couldn't get there. The open field tackle coming from number 90, Tyrone Black.
If he would just lowered his shoulders on that play, I think he would have got that first down.
Punt incoming for Mexico City. Sioux Falls will get the ball back. I can't remember how many times I've said that. This has been a kicking contest. Punts and field goals is really all we've got out of these two teams. But here's some room for a return from Porter, and he will get out to the 27. Well, they say football is a game of inches, Shann, and we've seen some close spots today that really could have swung this game one way or another.
Absolutely.
3:53 left to go here in the third quarter. There's a look at Colin Hart. 18 carries for the man, only averaging 2.4. Both teams have been pretty solid against the run. Only the big run by Colin Hart kind of sets the two defenses apart. Tyree to throw. Good time in the pocket. Fires on the out route. That one is caught. A.J. Warren hauls it in and gets the feet inbounds. That was his first catch of the day.
I'm gonna. I see somebody in the chat, Chad Anderson, wants Mexico City to go for it on that fourth down. It is smart to do what Mexico City did there, even if it's fourth down in inches, fourth down in 1. You have the lead right now. There's no need, the way defense is stopping Bentley from time to time. It wouldn't have been smart there. It gave Sioux Falls great field position, so I would have to agree with the decision of Ramos on that play.
Hand off Hart. Ooh, tries to fight his way out of the fire there, but he's fighting with gasoline, and that doesn't work well. And Shann, I don't know, because there's still plenty of time in this contest, but at what time do you abandon Colin Hart and decide that you got to start throwing the ball more, whether it results in interceptions or touchdowns?
Now.
Well, it'll be after this play, because they'll give it to him again on 2nd and long. He'll pick up 3 or 4. What were you going to say, Shann?
Now. Now's you're down 2 scores, but again, I'll say it again. Your receivers, man, your receivers are lightning fast. You've got to get it to those guys to get downfield. And 1 or 2 plays from Sean Harrelson or A.J. Warren this game.
5 receivers split out, including the tight end. Tyree under pressure, fires down the middle, caught! Nice throw to Riley Porter across the middle, and they're down to the 49, a first down for Sioux Falls.
That was kind of a weird throw because it was so congested. I mean, anybody there could have gotten it. If you'll watch the replay here, there was at least 3 or 4 Sparrows in that one vicinity. Anybody who's like a toss-up there, who's going to get it? But
well, you know what they say, Shann. Birds of a feather flock together, and they all tried to flock to that ball in the middle of the field. 3 receivers for Tyree, who stands in the pocket, and wide open across the middle was A.J. Warren, picks up an easy 6 yards.
While I was at Carolina, I was trying to go for that flying V. I just could never get it to work.
Is that what you were doing all those years?
Let's go.
All those seasons in Carolina now paying off for you in Chicago, me in Vancouver, and for a lot of SFL players across different teams, including Sean Harrelson here for Sioux Falls. They'll give to Hart. Hart has good blocking on the outside, and he picks up the first down to the 36. Now we see the run game working a little more once they've got the pass game down.
Exactly, and just as well as I do, and Jason does, and AJ Levy, you've got to open up something. Whether you're opening up the passing game run or you're helping out the passing game with the run. So they're doing a good job by doing that now.
3 receivers, play action from the gun. They'll throw, and that one was nearly taken away, and he would have been gone if he had the pick. They were looking for Ashley Anderson.
Very dangerous pass here.
Yeah.
It was like Dags knocked it out of the way there.
Yeah, and that's not the guy you want to throw the pick to with open grass in front of him on the right-hand side. If you had to pick one. Well, we know Jack Brown won't be chatter of the game because he's making fun of Vancouver and Chicago in the chat. Tyree will dump off to the left-hand side. Anderson goes out of bounds. We'll make it a little bit more manageable of a third down. So we'll see who wins chatter of the game. So far, Ramos Lynn with some great statistics coming in is my vote. Definitely not Jack Brown, though. Three receivers spread out, 4 down linemen. Tyree to throw under a little bit of pressure. We'll have to check down to Anderson. He is cut down short, and now I would assume a field goal attempt coming.
You would assume so.
It's about 48 yards. I think you got to attempt it.
I'm looking for the punter.
that is the punter. That does not prove promising for Sioux Falls, who might be a little sheepish to try. I don't know. You're down by 2 scores. What's the worst that could happen? You miss? I don't know if I agree, but Sioux Falls will punt it away. Mexico City will angle it, and oh my gosh, that's a terrible punt. Wow. What was that, 15, 20 yards?
I don't know. It looked like 15, 20 yards. Great. If you're Mexico City here, I think you need to just run to Bentley. I mean, your defense is playing outstanding. I think you just need to feed it to Bentley and see if you can get the necessary yardage needed.
Alex Parker with the tackle there, only a yard gain, so that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 9-0. Sioux Falls has been blanked through 3. Will they be able to put points on the board in the fourth? Stay with us. Three look out of the Sparrows here. 2 backs in the backfield for Matt Wilson to start off the fourth quarter of play. Handoff Bentley. Bentley shakes to the left and picks up another 4 yards to the 21. Now up over 58 yards on the ground.
One thing that Bentley does that Hart needs to learn is to be patient, in his running. I think sometimes that, as you can see the veteran in him when he's running Hart, he's catching up, but he just needs to learn that.
Well, I'll be honest, Shann, I don't know who Matt Wilson was throwing to because he overthrew his man a little bit too much. Maybe needs to lay off the weights at the gym there.
Well, purpose for sure. He wouldn't have thrown the ball.
4th and 5. Sioux Falls gets the stop. 10.5 minutes to play, and it feels, like I was saying in the third quarter, they still have plenty of time with all 3 timeouts and 10.5 minutes to play, but it feels a lot more urgent than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sioux Falls came after the punt, couldn't get there, and now the return from Porter. Ooh, smacked in the face.
Yikes. He got up like, I'm all right, coach. I'm just going to go to the sideline real quick.
Remember when that used to be a burn, Shann? In the face.
Now it's a fine.
Now it's a fine, yeah. Sioux Falls offense back out on the field, struggling today. Have been going to Colin Hart a little much. You'd like to see him move to a pass game. Nope, right back to Hart. This time he gets a block and picks up 1 before Jeffrey Taggs will hit him in the face.
Well, I mean, a lot what the defense did. The defense was in a 4-2 nickel and run the ball to the outside, but that brought Jack Brown down. When Jack come down, also the safety comes down. So it was just a matter of time before he got tackled on that play.
2 receivers split out for Tyree. Hart, the lone man in the backfield. They will give to him off the left side. Mexico City reads and takes him down easily. The last time these 2 teams met, Shann, we brought it up earlier, 55-13 in favor of the Aztecs, and now neither team has scored more than Sioux Falls did on that day. Not even combined. Incredible.
Well, now they're taking the pitcher. So let's see if they can move the ball here on this play.
Tyree looking across the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of the receiver, will bring up 4th and 10, and another punt coming from Sioux Falls.
Second time they targeted Tulane. First time they called it, and this time he was unable to.
Oh, and it looks like both teams almost have game planned to live and die by the run, and that's why we've seen this accelerated game here. I mean, we're barely over an hour into our broadcast, and there's under 9.5 minutes to go here in the fourth.
I think both teams wanted to run the ball on each other, and both teams wanted to stop the run. So it's been a very defensive battle here today.
Still looking for that breakout play of the game. Aztecs on offense will have their chance at it again. Another Max Moholt punt. Some questionable, field position has made all the difference in this contest. Some questionable calls from Sioux Falls not to challenge, to punt when they're close enough to attempt a field goal. Interesting way to play. Wilson hit as he threw, sidearms it, what a throw. Daggs hauls it in some traffic at the 37.
Second or third time that Daggs, and both times I believe he's called it.
Oh, just barely was able to reach out there right in front of Alex Parker.
Let's go.
I love when a tight end gets involved in the game.
Two backs in the backfield, two receivers spread out, give to Bentley up the gut, and he is stood up and dropped. Nick Fargo was right in the hole waiting for him.
Great defense is really working for Sioux Falls on the run stopping.
From the 37, it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Critical time wasting off the clock for Sioux Falls. Sparrows still have all 3 timeouts, despite the scoreboard not being updating from the stats on the field. 3 for timeouts for Mexico City, 2. Wilson stands the pocket, floats one over the middle. Wide down the field, K.L. Barrett to the 35.
That's the third or fourth time. Critical, in a critical time, first down.
Well, we've seen Sioux Falls, then the defense bend but not break. They bent quite a bit there, but still haven't broken Shann. If they can hold them to a field goal, it's still only a two-score game. And I'm doing my math right on that one, I promise.
A score update real quick. Baltimore 7 and 8. Okay, it is. It's going to be the St. Louis Gladiators 14, Carolina 10-10.
Scoring updates are also on ScoreStream. You can get that app on Android or iOS if you want to keep up with that. Wilson will put 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Again, offsides, a free play for the quarterback. Bronze Bomber down the right-hand side, incomplete. Nyberg got a hand to it, but it'll be a free 5 yards and a new set of downs for the Aztecs.
Yeah, I think if Wilson would have been just a little bit patient on that throw, that would have been an easy touchdown.
Well, Ramos Lynn in the chat was saying before the play that they needed 5 more yards for field goal range, and Tyrone Black gifts them the 5 yards. Merry Christmas to you. So from the 29, 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 3. And we'll see if the Sparrows defense can get more stops or if they'll have to suffer the consequences. Bentley in the hole, in some trouble. He evades one tackle, but unable to evade Andrew Nyberg. Will bring up 3rd and 3.
Well, what Bentley is doing right now, he's working on both sides of the ball. Or, excuse me, well, not both sides of the ball, but I mean, he's working on both sides of the line. He's working to the right, he's working to the left, and, you know, if Sioux Falls is not careful, he could break one.
Wilson stands, throws wide open across the middle. Coverage was lacking for Sioux Falls. Richard Montague able to haul that one in to the 16. Just some quick slants opens up the middle there for you.
Yep. I'm saying those runs, they soften up that middle with the linebackers, and just when you think you come to an offensive set where you think you're going to run the ball, they just do those little quick outs, and they're there.
Wilson looking to throw again. This time checks down to Bentley. Bentley with a little bit of room in front of him will scamper out of bounds and get down to the 10-yard line. I think, Shann, this might be the first time either team has been in the red zone.
Well, could be.
It definitely is, because Mexico City has hit field goals from outside of the red zone all 3 times, and Sioux Falls has not even come close enough for an attempt. So, yeah, this will be the first time either team has found themselves in the red zone here, all the way 6 minutes to go in the fourth. And off Bentley. Bentley, stop and go! Down the right side, only to the 2-yard line before he's drugged down by A.J. Levy, who's the gatekeeper of that goal line.
Looking at Ray Bentley like, come on, man, you got us down this far. Just go ahead and punch it up the middle here and put this away.
What a good cut there in the hole. Able to, I mean, he really turned that from a 2-yard loss into a 5 or 6 yard gain.
Yeah.
5:40 to go here in the fourth. Mexico City trying to push this one out of reach. 4-2 look. 5-2.
Look at the top here. I know I'm sorry to cut you off, but look at the top. There's nobody there. 2 blocks.
There was no one in the middle either, and Bentley walks into the end zone untouched, and Mexico City puts points on the board. Their first touchdown in quite a while.
Well, I'm just looking at Sioux Falls' defense on that play, and I'm like, there's 2 receivers up there, and the 2 corners are backed up so far that all he had to do was run to the outside up there and block, and he was going to be in the end zone anyway.
So it's 15-0, and Mexico City's extra point, the snap was low. The kick is up and through, 16-0 on top of the Sioux Falls Sparrows. And now it'll be time to throw if you're Julian Tyree and the offense.
Yeah, you've got to start now if you're going to come back into this game.
We'll be right back on the SFL Network on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL. Honorable return there by the Sioux Falls Sparrows to the 27 will set them up with good field position. The question is, can they take advantage of it?
Well, you sure would want to here in this time. You have 5 minutes and 26 seconds left. You got to get the ball down the field, and you got to do it in a hurry.
Hart will get the first carry of the drive. He'll pick up 3, and they continue to feed that man.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dangerous weapon on this offense, but right now you've got to move the ball quickly. And giving it to Hart, you're just chewing the clock up for Mexico City with this lead.
And the chat, Ramos Lynn, another good point. Mexico City has never shut anyone out, so with 4:58 to go, Sioux Falls has history on their shoulders trying to shake it off. Hand off Hart again, and he will go nowhere. Zamora was all over that one.
Do the same thing in the Season 9 championship, and Mexico City did the same thing. They shut Deion Hawkins down every single time.
Hand off on 3rd and 9. Colin Hart down the right-hand side is free. What a play and a run by Colin Hart, who springs the first down on 3rd and 9. I thought there was no chance. They give to him again off the right side. Blocker in front of him. Hart with some room. First down run again. Colin Hart coming alive late in this game.
Go ahead and mention in the chat, this is the Aztec first touchdown since their home opener against the Denver. 30 consecutive points for Mexico City. 10 field goals.
Incredible. This is a run again by Colin Hart, and now Mexico City looks like they were expecting it, and Sioux Falls looks trapped. Got to get the right audible in here. They do not. Handoff to Hart, and he is dropped, and now Sioux Falls is in trouble here as time has been rolling ever since they started this first drive, and now they're at 3.5 minutes to play, down. Still only 2 possessions, though, Shann. 16 points is 2 touchdowns and the 2-point conversions.
Yeah, Andy, I'm just not sure what the play calling was on that last play. 3rd down, and now you're at 4th down and 15. You're going for it here. It's just unpredictable.
Tyree to throw across the middle. That one's caught, but he's short of the line to gain. Turnover on downs. A.J. Warren hauls it in, but the tackle is made by Jeffrey Daggs to hold him short of the sticks, and the Aztecs take over.
Now, look, this whole game, A.J. Warren only has 5 targets. 3 completions or receptions, excuse me. They just didn't, get it out to their top receivers. They didn't move the ball really well.
Well, it's not over yet, but they will need the ball back, and quick. Handoff Bentley, right side, and he is walloped by the tacklers coming down. Christopher Dodd makes the play. They need the ball back. They do have all 3 timeouts, so you would think they would get 1 possession back there near the end of the clock running out. So if they can get the ball back here with about 2.5 minutes to play and score quickly, it's not over.
Mexico City's going to run the ball out here, so they're going to do they're going to wind the clock out as much as they can and run the ball just to eat away at the clock.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I did not expect this out of Sioux Falls. I expected a little, a fair amount of running, but not enough to injure them. I mean, it's almost like they shot themselves in the foot here late in the game.
4-4 look out of Sioux Falls. That's a great run-stopping defense. But if you get a pass out of that, if Mexico City was to pass out of that, I think Sioux Falls would be in trouble down the field.
Injury on the play, Tyrone McGee. That does temporarily stop the clock. And an interesting fact that, teams look at in the NFL, was he, possibly going down just to halt that clock? Interesting consideration here. 3rd and 5, Mexico City will give to Bentley. He is stood up and dropped. And if I'm Sioux Falls, I'm taking a timeout now.
I definitely wouldn't wait for the 2-point, or excuse me, the 2-point. I definitely won't wait for the 2-minute mark here.
They will do just that. So we'll head to the 2-minute warning. Sioux Falls down 16-0 in the hole, but the Sparrows fans here at Liberty Park have their rally caps on. Can they pull off the comeback? More SFL action coming later today. Vancouver will head to San Francisco to take on the Sharks. Chicago and the Wildcats are in Buffalo to take on Queen City. Tulsa is in New Orleans to take on the Pharaohs. And then later tonight on Twitch, Las Vegas will head to Denver for the Vice City battle as the Nightwings take on the Fury. This kick is away. Sioux Falls will get the ball back here. 1:53 and all 3 timeouts for the Sparrows. So you got to score quickly, Shann. Whatever deep passing plays you got, throw them in now.
And Julian Tyree has the weapons. That's what I'm not getting out of this Sioux Falls offense. He has the weapons. He's a dangerous quarterback. Touchdowns total in his career for a reason.
Let's see what they got here. 5 receivers on the field, including the tight end. They'll throw the quick out route there. Caught by Harrelson, who turns it upfield, able to pick up 9, and now they're going to go hurry up. Plenty of room up to the top of the screen. Tyree to throw again. Will throw that way. It's caught. Nice grab there by Craig Hearn. Will push the ball to the 46. Here's some hurry up out of Sioux Falls that we would have liked to see earlier in the game.
3rd quarter.
Tyree to throw. That one's batted away. Nice defensive play there to get the hand to the ball. Diego Villafana, 6'2", 245 yards, puts the mitt to it. So from the 46, 1:24, if they could score, with this play, they'd get the ball back with plenty of time as long as they can get the stops down, Shann. So there's still, it's not over. It's just going to take a lot.
lot, and you're absolutely right. They need to get
Tyree down in the pocket.
Oh, man. I actually thought he was going to escape that and get the ball off. He had a couple of receivers he had Anderson at the bottom. He had Harrelson at the top, so I thought he was going to get that ball off, but it was unfortunate.
Lopez forces them to take a timeout early, and that is definitely going to stifle the return. Now they're banking on an onside kick. And that's even if they get in the end zone now. Mexico City playing for the shutout here. This could be interesting. Tyree, only a 3-step drop, fires. That one's caught. A.J. Warren in first down range, and that moves the ball to the 38.
To see out of Julian Tyree and the rest of this offense. We want to see these quick outs. We want to see them get back behind the linebackers of Mexico City, but we don't want to see him force the ball.
It's a floater down the middle, caught all the way to the 28. Tyree still back at midfield. These short drops are interesting, but it's not putting them close enough to the end zone quick enough. Tyree fires the sidearm, caught. Nice grab there by Harrelson to the 14.
Don't want to force anything. I think he's doing this hurry up. He's doing great, but if you start forcing stuff, you get to this secondary of this Mexico City, and
I don't know if I agree, Shann. There's 30 seconds left. Force it now if you're going to force it, because if it gets picked off, you've still lost the game. But if you're not going to try and at least go for it in the end zone here, down by 16 with 30 seconds left, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's a lot to be said for protecting the ball in the first 3 quarters, and they've done a great job of that, but now you just got to fire it to the end zone, and if you get picked off, you get picked off. Here's Anderson out of the backfield, and he only gets 4 to the 10, and now Sioux Falls has to burn another timeout. So
to me, it's funny how Anderson gets the ball more than the receivers do.
Yeah, Anderson, I think that's his 3rd catch of the day, and some of the receivers are not near those marks. So a tough day for the Sioux Falls offense. Whatever comes out of these last 29 seconds, I think they need to find the end zone on either this play or the next one, and they definitely can't get tackled inbounds again. Otherwise, this thing is pretty much over. Tyree firing short, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 6. Not terrible to Warren. He was, close to picking up the first down and staying in bounds.
Do those drills in practice, young man. Get those feet caught in bounds.
25 seconds left to go. And the crowd here, I think, is just now realizing kind of what situation the Sparrows are in. Maybe some of them weren't watching the game clock. Tyree fires, tipped around, incomplete. And that'll turn the ball over, and Mexico City preserves the shutout here, barring anything insane.
And I think they'll just keep it on the ground.
I don't even think they have to do anything other than take a knee. Sioux Falls only has the 1 timeout.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So a very rough day for the Sioux Falls Sparrows at home overall. They will take the home loss. Mexico City will get the win. That will improve the Aztecs to 3-1. Sioux Falls will fall to 3-2.
Don't forget to get your SFL gear from Richard's Prince Work. Mexico City wins this game. Go get you a tomahawk or something.
I don't think that James Richards is selling tomahawks, but I am on the call with him for Tulsa and New Orleans, so I'll ask him. As I call him on the flight to discuss. So this kneel down here will do it. Mexico City improves. Sioux Falls will only take their 2nd loss of the season, both very much in the conversation in the Western Conference to make the playoffs. But Sioux Falls will have to get their offensive bearings together after a very rough outing here. Mexico City gets the shutout 16-0. Shann, anything else you want to say about today's game?
I had a great time. Enjoyed calling the game with you as always. And congratulations to the Aztecs. And for the Sparrows, keep your head up. You played a great game. Great defensive game. Beautiful.
For all of us here at
just was unable to come away with a win.
For all of us here at SFL Network, Andy Hamilton on play-by-play, Shann Varner on color commentary, and Mickey on the stats. Thank you guys for tuning in. More SFL action continues.